Hello, I'm Troy Parker, President of Innovative Labor and Cleaning, and this is another Mental Health Monday. Continuing on with our goal series, I wanted to take a particular goal that a lot of people have asked me questions about and how I went about handling this particular goal. And that goal is finding a mate. Now, when I came home from being incarcerated, I wanted to find a wife. I had gotten married young when I was 19 and had been married pretty much up until the time I went away to prison, some 26 years. So when I came out, obviously I was nervous. I had not, gone through the whole dating thing ever really before, as far as dating sites, things like that. When I got married, it was 1987. So that stuff wasn't really around like that. So a few quick tips I can give you on if you want to manifest the right mate. Now, some mistakes I made was I got on a dating site, a couple of dating sites, and you set up your profile and you'll send messages to the people that you think, okay, I'd like to get to know something about them. And when a couple of them would hit back or whatnot, immediately when you got some positive feedback from them, you start the daydreaming, like, okay, this is going to be my wife and we're going to do this, and you'd see that person. And I would start using the same things that I am sharing with you, the little script, and seeing that person, us together, after not really knowing much about them. Then I would go out on my first date, and I'll be honest with you, the first 6 or 7 dates I went out, it was like I had catfish written all over me, because constantly I would see a picture on their profile, but then when I met the person, they looked totally different. Now, this was, I must say, kind of traumatizing to me, because I didn't know all the various tricks of how people would hold the camera or put, old pictures, like, maybe when they first got out of high school or something on the site. So my first, as I say, first several dates were very shocking. I would spend the first half an hour of dinner wondering, how the hell did this happen again? Or she doesn't look anything like the picture. Then when they would ask me, so do I look like my picture? I wanted to just say, well, hell no, you don't look that picture. But I was nice and I said, well, yeah, you kind of look the same. And a lot of people say, well, I've been through a lot of things, but I'm getting myself together. So a friend told me, he said, well, stop focusing on the first person you see. When you're looking for a mate, it's best, and this is just my suggestion, write down the qualities you want in the person. Maybe honesty, loyalty, caring, things like that. Maybe you list out, 7, 8 qualities you want in a person. Don't worry about what they look like, because when you start putting a face to it, that's where the problem comes. If you meet 4 or 5 people and you automatically say, okay, this is the one, she's gonna be my wife, you can't make a person like you. And really what you're looking for in a person are certain qualities. And we're gonna get to the look part, because I know a lot of you are saying, well, heck, what if I get all these qualities and the guy's a slob or the woman's XYZ? I understand that. And those were my same questions. I'm like, well, I gotta have a face with it. I gotta have, this type of body. What you do when it comes to what they look like is when you do your script, you imagine how you would feel to be walking hand in hand with the person. Say you're walking on the beach, or you're walking in Eden Park, or you're walking downtown in the OTR, and you're holding the person's hand and you're having the feeling of, I'm so lucky that I have this beautiful woman or man. I love how they look, how they feel, how they smell, all that. You feel the feeling you would feel if you had that good looking man, good looking woman. Because you know how you would feel. If you have a good looking guy and you're gonna know, like, okay, hey, I would feel like this. I get so elated. If you have a good looking woman, you're gonna say, man, I feel like this, man. When I walk in the room with her, I just feel like, whoa. Now this takes care of the whole look part of it. Because when you start trying to put a face on it and pick a particular person, it all goes bad. I listed out like 8 qualities that I wanted in a wife. Someone caring, somebody who was trustworthy, somebody that was smart, Also somebody that would help me and say, you know, when you're going off course, because I didn't want somebody that was just like, okay, you can do whatever you want. So I listed out these qualities. And then I focused on my script, them showing these qualities. Maybe we're walking and that person shows or does something, says something caring. I might have the caring script. Then I'd have another little script. I wanted someone who was romantic. There's a little script of being romantic. Now you don't have to have 5, 6 different scripts because then sometimes people get confusing. Just focus on 1 or 2. But if you focus on the qualities you want in the person and then use the feeling of how you would feel if the person looked like you want your ideal person to look. If you don't want a person who's overweight and you know what it would feel like if you had a person that's overweight, you know that feeling. Think about it. Now, if you have somebody who's athletic, in shape, you're gonna know what it feels like to have that type of person. That's the feeling you focus on. Then when you go in and write it out, like I've said in other videos, take the time to write out what you want. Now you can say, okay, hey, I want a person who's 6 foot, or I want a person with brown hair, black hair, curly hair, whatever. But when it comes to the actual what their face looks like, or you can say athletic body. And then you can even use in your script, you guys are jogging maybe through the OTR or riding those little red bikes you rent downtown. And then, you know, you show yourself exercising and then you stop at a light and you kiss each other. So now you have the exercise and a little bit of the romance right there because you kiss right there at the light at Liberty Street and then you pedal on more. These are just a few examples of ways you can use the script along with the qualities of the person to help you find the mate that you want. As always, gratitude is a big thing. Whenever you have that feeling of gratitude, it helps you manifest that which you are looking for. Because most of the time when you feel gratitude, it's because you have something. So when you feel that gratitude of, hey, I'm so lucky I found this great husband, great wife, and they're caring, they're loving, and they're great to look at, you're gonna have that feeling and that will help you manifest it in your life. I hope this helps you and I hope you steer clear of some of the dreadful dates that I went through. But anyway, you know, they say you live and you learn. So I wanted to share these experiences with you and then how I took these very same techniques, listed them out, visualized, and that's when I met my wife, Darlene, and we later got married 2 years later and are living very happily. So as always, hope this helped, and as always, remember, it's up to you to make your life matter.